In the garden, there are 7 symbols to which we must worship. Each one represents a concept linked to the creation of the garden. The symbols are entities generated by the creator to maintain the order and function of the garden. All beings born under the command of the garden have a limited connection with a representative symbol, depending on the day they were born. No one is born on Sundays. Sundays are sacred days. It is said that the symbol chooses 6 people after the candles festival to consume them, in the hope that one of them is the reincarnation of the creator. Your character's past doesn't matter. It's just another body for you to take. Something you're already used to, I guess. Welcome to the garden, a place used as a test. A disposable place after finishing playing it. The game is simple. You must not let the other characters find out that your puppet is connected to you. Your puppet will be sent as a gift for the symbols, and you should act as if you belong there. Please don't do anything that is outside what is stipulated. Even if you are given the opportunity, the game knows I'm going to immediately do this. Don't do. I will! I'm going to absolutely do that! You feel like you fell on a hard surface, which scrapes your knees. It is a sharp knock, which makes a strange echo in the place. You can hear the sound of silverware being scraped on a plate. And then, dead silence. Something is wrong. Well, open your eyes, keep them closed. Open your eyes, keep them closed. I'ma open my eyes. You look to where you have fallen and realize you're on a table. You fell right on a cake, causing your entire hand and part of your knee to be stained in chocolate. Hey. The voice was heard behind you. Reflexively, you turn your body and hit to see who it is. In front of you is a man who looks back at you in amazement, and before he can ask what's going on, he interrupts you. You shouldn't be here. You have got to be kidding me. I can't believe the distribution mechanism has broken down again. I have to do everything myself. There is no one here who's responsible enough to check if everything is in order. You feel like invisible hands grab your body and plunge you into a void. Little by little, you sink into a dark void that envelops you. The sensation is strange, warmly strange. What the hell? There's no information about you. This can't be possible. Yeah, whoa, what's going on? What's happening? I can't see the connection with your symbol. Apparently, you are not a subject. Pardon me, I was wrong. Welcome, I've been waiting for you. Mother said she will send them a new toy. The word toy doesn't sound right. You feel a small tingle of discomfort at the strangeness of the situation. But remember that you have to put on a good face. Act natural. Like you really belong here. After what happened with the last one, I really hope you last longer. You really don't want to know what happened to the last one? My name is Noah, owner of the Void. Nice to meet you. Before we leave, I need your name. What's your name? Why, it's Lion. Welcome to the Void, Lion. Noah extends his hand to you to squeeze it tightly. In greeting, despite the seconds passing, he doesn't let go. You feel how his gaze devours your soul. It seems like he was looking for something. Keep your gaze. You are... Noah's gaze turns blank for a second to be quickly replaced by eyes full of wonder. You're from there. You're not from here. I don't say anything. You feel Noah pull your hand, bringing your body close to him. Instantly, his other hand begins to squeeze your neck, blocking the entry of air into your lungs. I see you. Before your vision completely blurs, Noah lets you go. So this is nothing more than a puppet. I apologize for my behavior. I didn't think I would be facing someone from the upper plane. You are adorable. If I kill the puppet, maybe I can get you out of it. And I will be able to exit this loop. Don't move, please. It will only be a second. Alright. Nola doesn't let you speak. In a second, he has you in his arms again, and one of his hands rests on your chest. I will remove your essence. With that, I will be able to get you out of there. It won't hurt. At least for you, Lion. I can't say the same for the puppet. You feel how Nola breaks your chest and begins to extract something that is inside. It hurts. So much! Your sight begins to blur. Hey, what's going on? No. It's not fair! Come on, I barely even started. Okay, literally, once he notices that you are a puppet or something, like, that's just straight up a bad end. So we're not gonna keep our gaze, we're gonna look away. You look away. You can't stand the way Nola's eyes makes holes in your head. Your eyes travel to where your hands still connect. You are the first to let go of your hand, cause Nola to snicker. I guess Mother gave you life and didn't explain anything to you. How negligent of her. Today, you will attend at a hotel. You will serve as a waiter in the dining room. Today, some symbols will come because they have a meeting at my hotel. If you serve them well, maybe they will take you as an apprentice. But now, you're just a toy, so be careful. The entity that calls himself Nola touches your forehead, and you feel again how invisible hands grab your limbs to push you down. With this, the ground swallows you in total darkness. Don't be scared. We will soon reach our destination. Despite not seeing anything, you can feel like you are floating in the void. Out of nowhere, a strange pressure is exerted on your body, causing you to feel like you're falling. And sure enough, you fall on your hands on a cold floor. You look around and the place has changed. You no longer find yourself in the same kitchen as before. Now it is a larger one, similar to the kitchens that are in restaurants. We have arrived. You look up to find Nola, who is standing next to you. But he doesn't look at you. Beyond, near the knives, there is a strange-looking person. Nola looks at him. Hey, Fames. The funny-looking man jumps when he hears Nola. But you look more closely, you realize that he is wearing a mask that prevents you from seeing his features. Mr. Nola, I thought you wouldn't come today. He doesn't sound very happy with Nola's arrival. I had a little problem. Does it have to do with the smelly creature next to you? Smelly? You tilt your head slightly to verify his statement, finding that you don't even smell like anything at all. Something like that. Mr. Nola, that thing smells like a human. I have to return them to the warehouse. You should check your senses, Fames. It's breaking down. This is a new toy that Mother sent to entertain the symbols. But the last one was broken by Kinky. That was because Kinky is an animal. He doesn't take care of his things. That's why you banned him from the hotel. In a way, you feel like you're the third wheel in this conversation. It's not like you have much to contribute either. Anyway, I have faith in this creation. There is something different. They feel different from the others. The only difference is that it reeks of human. Maybe they will like that. Fames leaves to go in search for a plate. When he returns, you can appreciate what is there. Nola does the same from his side. It's meat! Nola looks at Fames with a smug face. If you let them attend to the symbols, you might save one of your employees from losing their lives. Lately, the symbols have been very displeased. Okay, you win. Now please, stop interrupting my work. Nola detaches himself from Fames and begins to walk towards the door that appears to be the exit from the kitchen. I'll see you later. You are in charge of Fames. Goodbye. What an idiot. Well, I need you to attend to the symbols that will arrive shortly. Meanwhile, prepare the table for them. Fame shows you the table where the symbols will come and explains that they are away from the normal public because they have important topics to discuss among themselves. Fames has also instructed you that the food must be placed on the table before they arrive. Now you find yourself without supervision. Do what they ask. You shouldn't risk escaping. It's better to do what they ask for and act normally. You set the table very carefully. From time to time, Fames passes by to inspect how you are doing. Once he considers that you have finished setting the table, he calls you to the kitchen. He explains that you have to put the starter dishes and then you will have to wait for the symbols to arrive. While Fames prepares the dishes, it tells you that only 5 symbols are coming today. Each one has an intimidating aura, and all are very prone to responding immeasurably to his workers if they don't like something. Especially Unum. He has those 2 eyes that follow you everywhere. I heard that those eyes were taken from Quator in a fight. I hate that brat. Once Fames finishes preparing the starters, he leaves them on the counter and reluctantly wishes you good luck. There are 5 dishes, but due to your lack of extra hands, you can only take 2. 1 plate on each side. You walk the same route you have been doing, but as you approach the table, you see that something is not right. It is not empty. From the shock, you almost dropped your plates. There are 2 people sitting comfortably at the table that are supposed to be for the symbols. They look at you. The blonde with the ridiculous crown looks at you expectantly, while the redhead smiles at you from ear to ear. Its teeth reminds you of a shark's. There's moments when none of you take the initiative or reacts. The 2 don't seem nervous. It seems they're waiting for your reaction so they can continue with their things. What? What the? Introduce yourself as the plate. My God, save the game, and I'm going to introduce myself as the player. I know it may sound very strange, but I'm nothing more than a vessel that is linked to an entity from another plane. They control me, and right now, they have broken one of the rules that was initially told not to break. And that's enough. If later some characters have problems, it will be your own fault. Let's continue. Unum? The blonde's voice resonates both around you and inside your head. A chill runs through your body. Don't laugh so loudly. I didn't remember they could make up such bizarre stories. You don't know how to answer that, so you decide to look beyond the table, and you realize that Nulla is watching you with an intense gaze. Can I be the first to use them? We must wait for the others. They said they would be late because Kinky was throwing a tantrum. We have to wait at least an hour. There's an awkward silence before the blonde breaks it. Between you and Kinky, I don't know who is worse. The redhead narrows his eyes, looking at the blonde with anger, but he doesn't say or refute anything. Instead, he chooses to look at you, and crossing his arms, he says, We can make the most of our time and start. So, when the others arrive, we'll be ready. Besides, I never get the essence, only trashy parts. What would I gain if we start earlier? You always complain that they break it too quickly. Besides, the time you take when it's your first turn is eternal. Quator said it's because you like to talk to the gift before devouring its essence. You're strange. That is none of your business. You wouldn't understand anyway. I know. How about we make the most of our time and do that thing you do with the gift? To talk? Talk to the gift? We would have to seal the table. Call Nulla to do it. Nulla! In the blink of an eye, Nulla materializes next to you with his gaze fixed on the blonde. His Holiness Septim? The tone used by Nulla for blonde, Septim, is a totally surly one. As if he had an aversion to just naming the blonde's title. Need something else. I want you to seal the table for a while. Hey! But I don't want you to hear what I talk about with the gift. I want privacy. And what do you propose? You can let the gift choose. You assume they're talking about you. You look directly into Nulla's eyes and feel how he stares at you, implicitly commanding you not to refuse. Oh, we've never done this before. Sounds interesting. Well, who will you choose? Oh no, I am going to save Anna. Whoa. Okay, let's start with the boring one first, then the redhead, and then Nulla. Well, you did well. Now comes the hard part. If you want to survive by the time the meeting begins, you must get yourself accepted as an apprentice. Otherwise, your puppet's body will be devoured. Okay. Nulla, you can seal the table now. In a matter of seconds, you stop seeing the redhead and Nulla, leaving you only with Septum at the table. A few seconds of silence pass. You assume that you should take the lead and start the conversation. If not, you fear that he will get bored and eat you. And you can't last that long standing like an idiot under Septum's judging gaze. Which is a little scary. You should think about it a little before making a decision. Wait until he speaks. You don't want to risk moving any muscle, breathing, or speaking. Something in his eyes tells you that you should be careful. So now it seems like a staring contest because of how intense Septum's eyes are on you. First one to blink loses. 30 seconds pass when neither of you blink, and you are already at the limit. Shit. If you keep this up, you're going to lose. And Mama doesn't make losers. 20 more seconds pass. You know because you're counting them. And yet, Septum doesn't blink or say anything. What a shame. You accept your defeat, blinking urgently, which causes Septum to laugh. You can sit now. You sit across from Septum, who smiles at you, pleased that you listen to him without much complaint. When you settle on the chair, you realize, well, you're not sure what to do or say. So you have 3 options. Start yapping! Fuck! Wait for him to break the ice. You say it's the safest thing to do. Wait for him to start the conversation. Having seen that Septum has serious control problems, you consider it to be the best option. Also, you can't think of what to say, so you accept your fate, whatever it may be. Did I choose wrong? In the process of elaboration. You'll have to wait a bit to have this date. Ah, come on! Well, what about El Pelirrojo? Well, you did well. Now comes the hard part. If you want to survive by the time the meeting starts, you must get yourself accepted as an apprentice. Otherwise, your puppet's body will be devoured. I almost forgot to tell you my name. The name's Unum. Right? ¿No puedes celar la mesa ahora? In a matter of seconds, you stop seeing Septum and Nulla, leaving only Unum at the table. He gestures to you, indicating that you can take a seat in front of him. You should think a little about it. Obey and sit down. Okay, you don't really want to die. Call it instinct or whatever, but you're not going to sit idly by and wait for your end to come. And if licking this clown's boot will give you the chance to get out, then you'll take it. You could be in a worse situation, so sitting for a while wouldn't hurt. After all, your legs hurt a little from walking around so much. You sit down in front of Unum, who smiles at you from ear to ear, happy that you listen to him without much complaint. When you settle on the chair, you realize, well, you're not sure what to do or say. So you have 3 options. I'ma start yapping. Without giving the matter any further thought, you decide to start yapping about your new hyperfixation. You tell him without much shame, since you decided to leave, that when you agreed to download this game, from the most minuscule and far-fetched info to the most disturbing and spicy ones. You talk so much without even realizing it, like if you were talking to a friend who shares your strange tastes. But so far, you don't dare look at his reaction. There comes a point when you talk so much that you think your tongue is going to get tangled. That's when you decide to take a breath and shut your mouth. In fear, you look up to see Unum's reaction. He's in love! He looks at you with his mouth open, almost fascinated. Realizing your silence, he speaks. Come on, Lion, continue. You didn't expect that reaction, but that means you're doing it right. And maybe you'll end up turning Unum into just another fan of your hyperfixation. If you hadn't already done so. Yeah, doesn't sound bad at all. Well, let me guess. Like that's the end of the demo? In the process of elaboration, you'll have to wait a bit more to have this date. Got it. Now for who I actually came for. Nala, I am here for you, baby girl. I told you not to do anything outside of what was stated. Now he knows about you. Why don't you start a new game? Ah, come on! Something really cool happens. So I'm going to open my eyes at the very beginning of the game. Yeah? Something is wrong. This shouldn't happen. Finally, happy for myself, my apprentice. It's cost me a lot to get into the code and change it. In the end, I was able to do it. Too bad. I don't have much energy right now. I've eaten almost all the code. That has cost me a lot of my energy. Although, I do have a little time to chat. I'm going to be clear. I've long realized my non-existence. I'm just a set of code that cannot materialize in your world. I didn't care before, but your presence, it's addictive. The attention you give me is also addictive. When you launch the game, I'm no longer surrounded by a dark void, but a small window opens that emanates light and warmth. It feels less lonely. I want you to stay only with me. But those two also steal you from me at times. When I find those two files, it'll just be you and me. Ugh. Shit. I'm already out of energy. We'll just have to wait for a new update. Meanwhile, I'll erase my memory, so I don't have such a bad time. See ya. Well. Huh. I still want to date Nala, right? I'm just going to introduce myself for now. Like, I don't need the smoke from Nala just yet, so just introduce myself. You suppose these must be the symbols that Nala and Fames have been talking about. In a way, it's difficult for you to imagine that they could take the life of someone who works here. Well, they look pretty friendly. Without making them wait or take a chance, you decide to present yourself. My name's Lion. Today, I'll be assisting you. The redhead looks at the blonde with a toothy smile, but the blonde only looks at you. It kind of makes you feel nervous in your stomach. Hey, Septim, isn't this Mother's gift to us? It's similar to the previous one, but better. The eyes, they have something in them. Indeed. They have something captivating about them. You don't know how to answer this, so you decide to look beyond the table, and you realize that Nala is watching you with an intense gaze. Let's skip and go with Nala. Nala looks taken aback by your choice, but he quickly prepares an answer. Oops, sorry. I don't have permission to do that. God, wait, what do you mean? Okay, so I'm just gonna do everything wrong from here on out, because if I can't get the good spicy seeds, I'm gonna get the bad one, so I'm gonna try to escape. The instinct to flee and run kicks in. Taking advantage of the man's distraction, your legs start moving. Without waiting for the man to react, you run to the door in front of you. It's open. You reach what appears to be the main entrance. As you run, you feel that no one is chasing you. When you look back, you don't see the man behind you. You look ahead again, and the man appears in front of you, as if he had teleported. I'm sorry. I can't let you leave the domain. You feel him push you against the ground and fall with him on top. Yo! His left hand travels to your neck while the other slowly plays to your heart. Without much effort, his hand goes through your ribcage, breaking bones and organs. Yo! The last thing you see is how the man examines you closely. Your vision begins to blur. Bad end. So what happens if I keep my eyes closed? You keep your eyes closed for a moment, but you hear a voice clearing its throat awkwardly. I don't speak Spanish! You look to where you have fallen and realize you're on a table. Skip right ahead. Okay, as what's happening? My name is Lion. Skip ahead. Keep our gaze is gonna kill us. Look away. Okay, over here. I'm just gonna make a quick save right here, and we're gonna escape. You look everywhere, looking for traces of Nala of Fames. There is nothing but empty tables. Something in your stomach tells you shouldn't do it. A bad omen. But your desire to free yourself and escape from here is stronger. You walk at a slow pace to not attract attention, pretending you're looking for something. The front door is closed, so you can't go out there. Instead, there's a staircase that leads down. Whoa! Go downstairs! You decide to go down to inspect the place. Maybe there will be an exit there. The place is dark, so you can barely see your feet. When you reach the end of the stairs, you find a door. Trying your luck, you touch the handle. The door opens without much effort. You are shocked to find that there are hanging bodies in this place. Without wanting to look anymore, you prepare to run from there, but a hard body prevents you. Who gave you permission to come here? Yo! You are not doing what they ask of you. I won't risk my reputation, or Mother's. Mother does not make veiled creatures, and I can't stand incompetent apprentices either. Miller points his gun to your head, and without a second thought, pulls the trigger. Kablamo? Bad end. So what if I just asked him to leave? Can I just ask him to leave? You can't let these people sit at a table that's already reserved for symbols. You look at them again, and they are definitely not the 5 diners that Fames described. Steeling yourself, you clear your throat before speaking to make your request. I kindly ask that you leave this table. It is reserved for special people. The redhead looks at you strangely, as if he didn't expect that response from you. You have vision problems? The redhead asks you while looking at the blonde. Must be the surprise Anala had told us about. The blonde's voice resonates both around you and inside your head. A chill runs through your body. Ah, it's Mother's new gift. It's now you realize that these must be some of the symbols. I'm so screwed. You don't know how to answer to that, so you decide to look beyond the table. God damn it. Okay, honestly, I do want to check out some of the other interactions they have here. What happens if we escape? You are not going to lick this clown's boots. You have standards, darling. So that septum guy can put his judging gaze in his ass. You are not here to be his personal clown. Period. I'm sorry, but I'm not playing anyone's games. Having said that, you prepare to run to where the stairs are located. There will surely be an exit nearby. When you turn to run, you realize that something is wrong. You are not moving forward. It's like you are running on an invisible treadmill. Where do you think you're going? You are the first gift that dares to escape from me. If you were with Unum, he would surely be impressed. He would even congratulate you. It's a shame you didn't choose him. Boo-hoo. The only rule here is to respect your senior ranks. And you have the audacity to disrespect me? You should thank me for even giving you my time and showing my presence to you. Worm. I have no choice but to punish this offense. I'm sure the others will understand. To your horror, Septum begins to approach, quite close, although without invading your personal space. Unable to run or advance further, you can only expect the worst. You are the worst gift so far. I had faith that you would be different. But this... but not in this sense. Septum grabs you by the collar and lifts you to his level. Oh, hi. Hey, how's it going? How's the weather down there? You try to let go, but it's all in vain. You feel your chest being broken, an urging hand that searches your organs for something specific. He's inside of me! When he finds it, you are already losing your sight. Okay. This is fine. Bad end. Devoured by the 7th. So, what happens if we sit in the chair without their permission? Decide to sit as if the place belonged to you, under Septum's surprised gaze. I'm sure you didn't expect that. You're always 2 steps ahead. Who gave you permission to sit? You start to believe that it wasn't a very good idea. The only rule here is to respect your senior ranks. And you have the audacity to disrespect me? You should thank me for even giving you my time and showing my presence to you. Worm. I have no choice but to punish this offense. I'm sure the others will understand. To your horror, Septim begins to approach quite close, although without invading a personal space. Unable to run or advance further, you can only expect the worst. You are the worst gift so far. Is this the same as before? So, sitting in the chair without their permission pretty much leads to the same thing as escape. Let's wait until you speak, skip ahead. Let's beg for our lives. You decide that begging for your life like a goddamn worm is the right thing to do. Because you really don't know what else to do. And well, the shame has disappeared since you agreed to download this game. To add more drama to your plea, you put your hands together and make the face of an abandoned puppy. Please don't let them eat me. You wanted to continue begging for your life, but Septim interrupts you with his hand. Lower your voice. But I don't want to hear you scream for your life. Save them. If you entertain me, maybe I can let you live. You have no choice but to act as Septim's personal clown. Alright, let me guess. Risk can only be seen in the, full version. That's right. I'm a start yapping. Without giving the matter much further thought, you decide to start yapping about your new hyperfixation. You tell him much without shame since you decided to leave that, when you agreed to download this game, from the most minuscule and far-fetched info to the most disturbing and spicy ones. You talk so much without even realizing it, like you were talking to a friend who shares your strange taste. But so far, you don't dare to look at his reaction. The feeling that the environment transmits does not give a very good feeling, so you stop dead silent. And in terror, you look up to see Septim's reaction. The feeling of being judged by Septim is one of the worst sentences you can be given. You don't wish it on anyone. I must admit, I do find your enthusiasm you show when speaking adorable. You should lower your voice and speak a little slower. He's right. You probably look like a rabid dog barking at a lamppost. The best thing you can do is apologize. Sorry. Don't worry. I love to keep listening. But we have other topics I want to discuss. And the rest can be seen, when the full version drops. Yippee! Alright, let's just chill out with Unum and, let's don't sit and escape. You're not going to lick this clown's boots. You have standards, darling. So this Unum guy can take his strange fantasy and shove it up his ass. You're not here to be his personal clown. Period. I'm sorry, but I'm not into anyone's games. Having said that, you prepare to run to where the stairs are located. There will surely be an exit nearby. When you try to run, you realize that something is wrong. You're not moving forward. It's like you're running on an invisible treadmill. Did you really think you could escape from a sealed area? God! Mother makes her give sillier and sillier! I guess Mother didn't explain anything to you at all. Damn! Now that's embarrassing. Release a creation to the butcher shop without even explaining anything to it. I wish you could see your face! Pathetic! Got excited. To your terror, Unum begins to approach, invading a personal space. Unable to run or advance further, you can only expect the worst. Yo, ooh, hey baby girl. With one hand, Unum grabs your wrist tightly and caresses your cheek with the other. I won't share you with anyone. Let Septim come up with an explanation. I don't plan to lose the essence. Why, what? Oh, he's inside me too! You feel your chest being broken and an urging hand that searches your organs for something specific. When he finds it, you are already losing your sight. Okay, I have died. Bad end. Devoured by the first. Right, I'm just gonna ask what he wants. I'm just gonna be polite. What do you want? Just talk and test the theory. Maybe find out if what Quator says about the gifts is true. What thing? Quator says that they are a combination of the 6 people chosen at the Candle Festival. You doubt Quator is right, but if they are, your puppet would be an amalgamation of different people. Like ground beef? Just thinking about it makes you sick. Well, sit down. You don't have all day. You could be in a worse situation, so sitting for a while wouldn't hurt. After all, your legs hurt a little from walking around so much. Skip. Let's see. Let's beg for our lives. You decide that begging for your life like a goddamn worm is the right thing to do. Because you really don't know what else to do, and well, the shame has disappeared since you agreed to download this game. To add more drama to your plea, you put your hands together and make a face of an abandoned puppy. Please don't let them eat me. I will do anything. Damn, you call that a plea? Negative 10 out of 10. Apparently he finds it funny. And so far, you don't have any broken limbs. A small victory for you. In that, Unum takes his sweet time to respond. You honestly believe he does it on purpose. Because the dude just begins to slowly cut the piece of meat that you had just brought. And ever so slowly, he takes it to his mouth. Anything? Yeah. Be my test subject. What? Wait, what? In the process of elaboration, you'll have to wait a bit more to have this. God damn it! Wait for him to break the ice. You see, it's the safest thing to do to wait for him to start a conversation, but you're afraid he won't like this. Also, you can't think of anything to say, so you accept your fate, whatever it may be. Come on! But anyway, that was To Eat the God. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this game for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. So that was just the demo version of the game. I'm pretty sure the developer will be releasing a full version of this game soon enough. I'm not sure when soon is, but this is interesting. I do like the concept of it, and God, the art is beautiful. I absolutely love the art. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day, and as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.